Here are the top 6 most useful Python built-in functions for sequences like list, tuples, and strings. Let's assume that we have all these 4 declarations. The first one is a list that contains all numbers. The second one is also a list, but it contains strings. The third one is a tuple, and the last one is a string. The first built-in function that I want to discuss is len. Len returns the number of items in a sequence. For example, if you want to print the len of my list, print the len of fruits, print the len of my tuple, print the len of my string. And the result is 7 because you have 7 items in my list. 4 because you have 4 string in fruits, 7 because you have 7 numbers in my tuple, and 17 because you have 17 characters in the string. The second built-in function that I want to talk about is reversed. How to use it? Simply change this one to reversed. When you run this, you'll get something like this, but you need to convert this into a list. So you get the first one where you are reversing the list in here. The second one, you can convert it back to list. You are reversing the order of the list of fruits. And the third one is you are reversing the order of the tuple. Here we convert it to a list, but you can also convert it to a tuple. So now this is a tuple that has the order being reversed. And this is a string. You might want to convert it to list. And you have every character in the string is being reversed as a list. The third one that I want to talk about is sorted. This one is more flexible, where you can sort a list based on ascending or descending order. Let's try for the list first. Print sorted my list. So here you have a list which was originally not in order, and here the result of my list which has been sorted in ascending order. This is practically the same as this. So both of these are the same. If you don't provide reverse parameter like this, it will be defaulted to reverse equals to false. But if you want to change the reverse to true, you are basically changing the order of the list into a descending order. The same goes for tuple. So you are sorting the tuple in ascending order. You can also set the reverse to true. Here you are sorting the tuple in a descending order. You can also do this for fruits. For example, fruits. So you are ordering the fruits words into a descending order, which you can see from here. P is greater than O and greater than F and also greater than B. You can also change this parameter. Instead of reversing it based on the character, you want to reverse it based on the length. So what you need to do is just change this one to key and change this one to len. Here you are sorting the fruits based on the length, where the one with the shortest length will be sorted first and the one with the longest length will be the last. You can also reverse the order. Reverse goes to true, and now you see that the one with the highest length will be ordered first and the one with the lowest length will be ordered last. You can use sort for string as well, like this, my string. So here you are basically sorting the characters from the one with the lowest ASCII code to the one with the highest ASCII code value. If you look at all the characters in ASCII table, you will see that the code for this space is lesser than the code for this capital letter P. And you will also notice that capital letters has lower values compared to lowercase letters. The fourth and also the fifth built-in functions that I want to discuss is minimum and maximum. If you want to find out the minimum of numbers in the list like this, you can do so by just simply put min of that list and it will display 2, which is the minimum number in this list. You can also change this one to max and it will output the maximum number in the list. What about if you change this one to fruits? It will display the word pineapple as the maximum and minimum is banana. This is basically based on the order of the first character, which is obvious from the list of the words here. If the first characters are the same, it will compare the second characters and so on. The results for minimum and maximum for tuple is obvious, where it will find the minimum, which is here, and also the maximum, which is here. And let's find out the minimum for my string. My string here does not output anything, but it actually outputs a space character, because a space character has the lowest ASCII code value. So that's why a space character is being output here, but we don't see that character. If you want to see that character, maybe we want to put some string here to indicate that there is a character being displayed. And as you can see, it is displayed here. For a list that contains strings, you can also use a different approach. If you want to find out the minimum and the maximum, for example, if you want to find the minimum of fruits, where the key here is the length of the fruit. Here, it will display the fruit that has the lowest length. And here, max fruits key length. And you will see that pineapple has the highest length of characters. Let's see what is the effect of if we remove this parameter. And let's make a copy of this statement with this one being removed. You will see that if you put the length as the key, the minimum is fig and the maximum is pineapple. But if you remove the key here, the minimum is banana. That is because B, being the first character, has the lowest ASCII value, and P, being the first character, has the highest ASCII value. And the sixth and the last built-in function that I want to talk is sum. You can do so with print sum of my list. It will print the total of these values in the list. What about print sum of fruits? Here you get an error because the list contains strings which cannot be used to do any mathematical operation to sum up all these values. What about my tuple? In my tuple here, because all the values are numbers, the interpreter is able to sum up all the items in the tuple. What about the last one? Sum of my string. Again, here it shows an error because you cannot do mathematical operation with the strings where it contains characters as the items in the sequence. And that wraps up our top 6 most useful Python built-in functions for sequences. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment below if you have any questions, and see you in the next video.